Gorgeous, baby. You're gorgeous.
This is the Josh Podcast Show, the anti-podcast podcast on God and man. The show that everybody's talking about. The show that will become a necessary part of your weekly mental diet. The show that picks up where JoshRolfe.com leaves off. The show title that uses the word podcast 4 times. Introducing your host, Josh Rolfe.
Yes! Today, I couldn't remember a much-needed password. The company that I was trying to log into gave me a few tries, which was super sweet of them, but then they locked me out of their system, and there was absolutely no way to get back in. I don't know about you, but I like to feel in control when I'm online, like I am the boss. I can click and drag, tap, post, open, close, minimize, maximize, browse, skip, skim, stay, play, pause, swipe, buy, unsubscribe, mute, uncheck the box, ignore the ad, fill out the survey, send the message, add a comment. I can type semicolons. I can type 1 or I can type 2. I can type an endless stream of semicolons. In other words, I am in absolute and complete control of my web situation. I read, I click, I do whatever I want, whenever I want. I honestly, truly believe that I am the I in internet. If I wanted, I could start a site called Semicolon and just type semicolons whenever I wanted. I checked, and the domain semicolon.com is taken, but semicolon.guru is available. Semi.net currently runs for $5,400. The internet is the epitome of freedom, liberty, and stupidity. If I want stupid, I go to Reddit. If I want smart, I go to my blog. Basically, I own my online experience. One of my very few actual possessions. It's an actual possession I actually included in my will to a portion of my posterity upon my death, evenly distributed. After the internet built up my optimism and personal confidence over these precious internet surfing years, the password lockdown company took it all away from me. I was now helpless and virtually broke. This company apparently doesn't use the internet. The internet is all about openness, transparency, sociality, friendship, and love. Being locked out of a website is foreign to the entire web experience. You would think everyone knows this, right? Wrong. Only an evil corporation grounded in closed-minded, rigid, inflexible, proud, insular, reclusive thinking completely out of touch with the times and modern reality could exact a punishment as severe as this. Am I being too harsh? I'm just getting started. I am the poor customer who's merely trying to make the world a better place. Don't they know me? You may have heard this quote before. To not be known is death. That was made by a guy named Josh Rolfe. I am the poor customer who is trying to keep them in business. Don't they understand me? Another quote by Josh Rolfe. To not be understood is whatever comes before death. Perhaps corporation evil didn't value the fact that I needed to access their services more than ever before in my lifetime. I needed their online service immediately. I could not wait. This was a now or later situation. I needed them to come through now, not later. Over the years, so many other lesser evil corporations had exercised a degree of patience with me, even kindness. I couldn't even remember what later was like. When I had forgotten a password with the lesser evil corporations, they would at least show a little mercy. They would allow me to change my password with a verified email already on file, or they'd give me 10 or even unlimited chances to get it right. Or they'd lock me out for a few minutes. Or they would offer some other two-step verification method using my phone number or asking a question like, what was the name of my childhood best friend's dog? Corporation Evil offered the most conservative password option of them all. They offered only 3 tries. After 3 unsuccessful tries, not even 3.5, I saw the cold response, "Too many failed attempts to log in. You are now locked out of our website." Because that's how they talk. And that was it. No offer to help. No saving me from their password purgatory. To them, I was worse than dead. It was as if I never existed. How could you do that to me? How could you just leave? I spent many hours with you over the years, and now, just because I had relied on my computer for a while to automatically fill in the password, just because of that, when my computer forgot how to fill it in again for some unexplained reason, you would not accept me anymore. How dare you? It wasn't my fault. It was my stupid computer. Listen, if you will do this to me, I can get you back. I'm not a hacker. I have no ties to North Korea, but I think I know a way to get back at you, you inhumane, power-hungry pawn of the devil. It's very possible these days for the modern, connected individual in business to need dozens, if not hundreds of passwords of varying lengths and configurations to access needed services from everyone and their dog. I need a password just to type on my own blog. By the way, this blog's password is, "Why am I doing this?" Password-protected sites need to understand that the over 35 crowd, like myself, was not formally trained to create unique configurations of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, symbols for every organization, product, or business they would ever use. The younger generations are different. My 1-year-old, for example, already has several passwords to his favorite sites, Lego.com, Huggies.com, and managing his 529 savings plan with Merrill Lynch.com. For privacy reasons, he's made it abundantly clear to me on many a bedtime he will not under any circumstances divulge them. The first time I forgot a password was when I returned from Christmas break in 6th grade and forgot the combination to my locker. My locker combination was 3 two-digit numbers, 6 digits in all. That was my first password. I used it for all of middle school. I think I changed lockers only twice in high school, so 3 passwords memorized in a 6-year period. That was it. And I remember a bike lock with a 3-digit combination from pre-driver's license days. So 4 passwords memorized as a teenager. Little did I know what was to come. There has got to be a better way. There is a better way. If we all band together, fellow humans, we can create a password-free world. Before you say, "You are crazy. This is wild. How dare you say that, Josh?" I have to say, it'll take our collective energies, but I'm confident it can be done. First, we have to deal with corporation evil. And I came up with a 2-step plan to accomplish this task. Here is how we get back at corporation evil. Number 1, tweet my problem with them so everyone can see. Number 2, that's all I can think of. Secondly, We need to acknowledge that the password problem is a viral epidemic that must end. Here, I offer a 4-step plan to defeat it once and for all. This is how to fix the password epidemic. Number 1, eliminate all passwords. Number 2, require that everyone simply trust each other. Number 3, create a jobs plan for hackers where the government finds good-paying jobs to keep them off the streets, FDR's WPA style. Number 4, require internet companies that have passwords to have satellite offices in every city block and rural square to get to know people personally, vouching for them so they don't need to use passwords. We will call them the Gentle Mafia. I'm sure there's other possible solutions. I really haven't thought this through too well, but I couldn't wait another minute without getting a proposal out there to the general public through this podcast, because if we begin working on this together now, we can share a common password-free future together. Some of my favorite popular passwords, this is from an article written a couple years ago, these have been compiled, are monkey, password, and 123456. If you enjoyed this podcast episode, please go to iTunes now, rank it. It's been a while since anyone has ranked it on iTunes. Please do it for me. I don't ask for much here. I don't even ask for your money. Can you believe that? Can you believe there's a podcast that doesn't ask for your money? There's not many of us out there.
Thank you for listening to the Josh Podcast Show, the anti-podcast podcast on God and man. For more information, visit joshpodcast.com. Follow Josh on Twitter at JoshRolf. That's Rolf, R-O-L-P as in podcast, H. Now go and have the best day and night ever. And have fun.